Hey guys, Crocheting Connect here. Sorry I haven't done a proper video in a while. I still actually don't have any completed items to show you. I don't know what's been going on with me for the past couple of months or so. I've just been in this like really weird, almost kind of depressive funk where I haven't really felt like doing anything beyond like housework and like watching TV, like reading the odd book. That's all I've really been doing. I don't know, I haven't really been in the mood to crochet anything. I did start knitting, attempting to knit a hat the other day, because I found a pattern where you just knit a piece of fabric on straight needles and then you take it off the needles the same way you take it off a knitting loom. You just thread a piece of yarn through and pull it off and then pull it tight into a hat. So I was attempting to do that and then I kind of just got bored with it and stopped. So, and there's barely any of it done anyway, so I don't really have enough to even show my progress. But I'm going to keep working on that little by little. And I have been looking at patterns and been trying to get myself in the mood to crochet things, but I just haven't been wanting to crochet for a while. I don't know what's wrong with me. But I do have a couple of things to show you in this video. The past couple of weeks, my husband and I have gone to a bunch of used bookshops and this random used book sale that popped up in a mall a week ago. And I didn't really find much. I only found 2 books, but they're really nice books. So the first thing I found at a used bookshop downtown, this is a more kind of expensive used bookshop. They like to price their books like around like a third to half of the cover price. So I found this book, The Instant Expert Crochet. This is a really nice book. I'm pretty sure this was like hardly used because when I opened it up to look through it, there were some pages that were like still kind of stuck together, kind of near the binding, like they had never been opened before, and I had to like peel them and like crack them open. So this is like brand new condition, hardly ever been used. And the cover price is $19.95, and the bookstore sold this for $10. So kind of pricey for a used book, but it's brand new and so beautiful. I just couldn't say no. And my husband was like, whatever, so he bought it for me. And there's a number of really pretty things in here I want to make, like this chunky hooded sweater. Well, it says hooded jacket, but it looks like a hoodie sweater. There aren't really very many close-up pictures of it. There's another one there, so it just looks like a regular hoodie. So I really want to make that if I can find the right type of yarn. And the thing that caught my eye in here when I first opened it at the store that made me want to buy it was a skirt, which I now can't find. This skirt. I love that skirt. I've always wanted to crochet myself a skirt. And I do have a pattern in another book that I was planning to make like 2 years ago, and I never got around to it. And now I have this pattern that I want to make, and I don't know, I keep finding all these crochet skirts that I want to make, and I never get around to them. I can never find the right yarn for them. But I'm definitely going to make one eventually, probably this one. But I want to find a good yarn for it, because I don't want to just make like an acrylic yarn skirt, because that'll be like too warm in the summer, not warm enough in the winter, so I'll never be able to wear it. So I want to find a good quality yarn and eventually get around to it. And there's so many other really like beautiful, cute things in here. There's this little baby hat. It's so cute. There's just so many beautiful color pictures in here too. There's just so many things. I love this book. It's so beautiful. I can't stop saying beautiful because it's so beautiful. And then this next book, my husband and I went to a used book sale that popped up in a mall. I don't know who or why they were putting it on, but there were just all these like huge bins of books, and it was like fill a plastic grocery bag, just an average size grocery bag, for $5. So my husband found a whole bunch of books that he wanted, and I just threw this book in with his pile. It's the Good Housekeeping New Complete Book of Needlecraft. Now the cover is kind of a little bit ratty, but the book itself is in really good condition. And the copyright, the original copyright for this is 1959, and then it was reprinted again in 71, so that's why it looks kind of old-fashioned-y. And so, as I said, you could fill a bag for $5. So I did the math with all the books my husband bought and this book and divided it by $5, and this turned out to be like 45 cents. So, steal. And this book has like everything in it. It has like embroidery, knitting, crochet, tatting, macrame, like everything. And I love these books because I love having the reference for all these different needle crafts. I don't know if I'm ever actually going to try all of these crafts, but I like having references for them anyways. And the knitting and crochet have a couple of neat patterns. I don't know if I'm going to try many of the knitting ones, but there's a couple of neat crochet ones. There's like a blanket and a couple of neat things in here. So that was a really good buy. And then the last thing I have to show, one of my best friends, her grandma loves to knit, but she can't really handle thinner yarns anymore. She only really knits with chunky yarns, and she makes like chunky yarn slippers and scarves and stuff like that. And so she had a couple of skeins of yarn that she was not comfortable working with anymore because they're not chunky enough for her. There's these two here. They're clearly worsted weight. I have no idea what brand, but they're worsted weight in acrylic. There is a cream-ish color here and a purplish. And then there's also this little ball of red. It's quite thin. I don't know if it was just stretched out too much when it was rolled into a ball or if it's actually supposed to be sport weight. But it's a nice yarn too. So I'm hoping with all of these like random like half skeins I have, I might eventually make just like a big random scrap GAN, just get all my like half-used skeins and just make a whole giant Afghan out of them, whether they're the same types of yarn or not, whether they match or not. I just want to take all my unused skeins and just make a giant scrap GAN eventually. I don't know when or if I'm going to start that, but I really think I want to do that eventually sometime. So hopefully that will be a thing I can show you sometime in the future. If I do start it, I don't know when that's going to get done, but so hopefully that will be a thing. And that's all I really have to show. I know this is kind of a boring video, but I wanted to post something because I haven't been on in so long. And I just wanted to post something and say hi to everybody. I'm still here. I'm still around. I still watch YouTube every day. That's all I have to say today, I guess. So I hope everybody is having a good week. I hope you're having good weather. We have not been having good weather, by the way. I apologize if it's not bright enough in here. It's really dark and gray and rainy outside, so there's not much light coming in the window. And the lights we have in the rooms in this apartment are just not very bright at all. They're terrible. So we've been having a lot of like slushy, gray, gross weather. Spring has not arrived here yet. I hope spring has arrived where you are. I hope everybody's having a good week, and happy crafting.